right. Hello again, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for the Backstage Community Session of May. We're approaching summer, so hopefully you'll get to taste and feel it, or at least in the Northern Hemisphere. I always make that comment, and then I realized that in the Southern Hemisphere of the planet, it's a different season. So I need to be careful there. Good to have you all. Hopefully someone else can, 1 second. Thank you. I don't know who accepted that, but thank you. Hope you're all doing well. We've got a couple of things lined up for today. We're going to do a quick release highlights. I'm going to cover a little bit the highlights of the 127. They just shipped yesterday. Blair is going to give us a quick update on a upcoming webinar. Then we're going to have a quick update from Patrick. Yeah, I've seen Patrick in there on the community plugins. And then Tarash will give us a quick update on a call for contributions from Linux Foundation. And I just realized that I edited the agenda wrong because I'm not being consistent in there with the naming. I apologize for that. I'm very picky on that, but I missed it. Cool. Let's move on with the release highlights. First and foremost, we shipped 127 yesterday. And if I understood correctly, we are making some smaller tweaks in some of the packages. I think there's some patch releases here and there, but overall, we had a good 127. There's been a couple of highlights in there to mention. First of all, we are working towards, as you probably know, on a stable release of 1.0 of the new backend system. So expect to see more gradual deprecation of the tooling of the backend common. We started with 127 deprecating some tools in there. As we navigate through the summer in the coming months, we will deprecate even more, hopefully culminating in August, hopefully sometime in the summer. Maybe I shouldn't advance the timelines, but hopefully we can get to a proper 1.0 in there. It's been a long time into brewing the new backend system. Moreover, we also added the, or rather said it was added, because I think this was a community contribution, the hierarchical domains, which means that the domain entity now in Backstage has a new property, which can be used to express that a domain has the part of, or conversely, has part of relation toward another. This is important, especially in the information architecture system. Scaffolder also got a few important updates. We've got serialization that's now available. Serializing the workspace enables basically storing a task state and retry that on a different Scaffolder task worker. And we also got some experimental send notification to allow sending those notifications from templates to be used. Moreover, I wanted to say moreover, but actually we've been having Auth for the last 4 releases, I think. So it wouldn't be a mainline release had we not had something related to authentication. So I think that's a good thing. We've got the requirement to configure a secret for backend authentication in production has been removed. I mean, it's still available. It's still required in the legacy Auth mechanism, but we've seen some changes in there for the new system. And then also the Auth backend plugin now allows for override the default ownership resolution used by signing resolvers. And I hope I'm not wrong, but I think both of them were external contributions, or at least one of them for sure. So that's wonderful to see. And last but not least, the GitLab Entity is now in reach to receive events from GitLab to allow automatic discovery of entities in Backstage when groups and users are created or updated via GitLab. Just wanted to say, aside from our maintainers group and teams at Spotify, a big shout out to the contributors in there. I'm terrible with pronouncing names, so I'm just gonna, I put the tags in there, so thank you so much for everyone's contributions in there and for making this happen. I'll pause for a second, and then I'm gonna hand off the microphone to Blair.
Thanks, Mihai. So my update is fairly quick. I just want to plug that we're going to be doing a webinar with Swimm and with Ryan McKenna, a staff engineer over at RVO Health, an organization that has been using the Swimm integration with Backstage. And it's all about just how to make your tech docs usage a little bit more efficient, a little bit of a fireside chat. So if you're interested on joining us on June 5th. Feel free to scan the QR code here. We'll also have a registration page that we can send out in all of the email correspondence afterwards. But it should be a really good discussion. There will be Q&A at the end. So if it's top of mind for you, anything tech docs related, we're happy to have you there. So I will pause and then hand it off to, I think, Patrick.
Thank you, Blair.
And I'm going to hand it over to Ben.
Okay, yes. I wasn't supposed to be at this meeting, so that's why this was going to be taken care of by Patrick, but I haven't, so I don't have a conflict anymore. Yeah, a quick update on the community plugins part. So we gave an update for the last community session saying that we were going to move some plugins, I think. Short of the story is we did that. We did that straight after the 126 release, moved a fair amount of plugins from the main monorepo into the community plugins repository. Yeah, so that move kind of went pretty smooth, I would say. We added some tooling to the CLI to help you migrate to the new namespace of the new scope, so it should automatically do all that for you and update all the code references and stuff like that for you. Yeah, a more general update, I guess, on the community plugins repository is now open for business. So we have, yeah, basically, if you want to go and add your plugin to the community plugins repo, you're more than welcome to go ahead and do that and create a workspace for all your plugins. We deal with all the publishing and all the tooling around that for you, so kind of a little bit less for you to worry about when building plugins. Yeah, we recently turned on some auto assigning and reviews to basically any pull request that comes in, we're going to assign those to some of the maintainers to look after. If there is maintainers for those workspaces already, they'll also be assigned and automatically allocated. Yeah, some future stuff, I guess we're going to be looking at some more tooling improvements to that. Repo in general, there's some things like Stalebot and things that still need to be moving over, but we are kind of working on that at the minute too. Yeah, reach out to us if you got any feedback. But yeah, happy hacking, I guess, and put some stuff in there. Patrick.
I think Mihai.
Is it Mihai?
Yeah, I was gonna. Sorry, yeah.
All right, sorry.
This is not. You see, this is by design. The fact that I messed up the naming in there, like the tagging. Absolutely clear. I don't want to say. I don't know if we mentioned this last time, Ben, but we do have a SIG specific for the community plugins. So there's a special interest group for in case people are wondering. We have some dedicated time in there to kind of like review, discuss, and whatnot. So feel free to. It's part of the same. It should be linked already in the Discord calendar. So yeah, there's more space dedicated to discuss about that. And thank you again for the community for helping us with that transition. That said, I think I'm ready to toss this all the way over the Atlantic to you, Taras.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm gonna share my screen. Oh, can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just show one page. So Linux Foundation is preparing a certification for Backstage Associates, which is Backstage Associate is a person who has 6 months of experience with Backstage. So it's pretty introductory, I think. It's not meant to be like advanced by any means, but so part of this process is we've defined we're working with Linux Foundation for a while to define the kind of categories of things that developers need to know. So this is what you're looking at here. There's this kind of list of categories that developers with 6 months of experience with Backstage are kind of expected to know. And so what we're working on now is putting together questions. And so the process is put together questions that are, and then those questions go through some scientific review process that is then makes its way into certification. And so that certification is going to be used when companies want to bring on folks for a Backstage project. They can use a certification to know if a person has expected knowledge for someone who has 6 months of experience with Backstage. So it'd be really at this point, Linux Foundation is looking for folks to contribute questions and also review questions. So you don't have to, depending on depending on your experience with Backstage, or depending on your comfort level with English, like you don't have to be the one writing questions. You don't have to be the one, if you have questions that you think would be good in these categories, then you're welcome to make suggestions. But there's also a review process, and the review, providing feedback in the review process is valuable as well. So if you're interested in contributing to a Linux Foundation project and helping define the certification is going to be used for Backstage Associate Program, please fill out this form. I'm going to post it in chat, but fill out this form, and then you're going to get an invite to a channel in Linux Foundation Slack, and access to the system where we are writing those questions. So if you or someone on your team is interested in contributing these questions, please pass this along. Thank you very much. That's it for me.
Thank you so much, Josh. Let me update this one. And I think with that, if there are no comments on that one, I think with that, please take good care of you. Enjoy the summer, wherever you may be. I hope you get some lovely sunny weather. Not what we're getting in London at the moment in the UK, but that's British weather that we're allowed to comment on. Have a great rest of the day. See you all later. Thank you.